Welcome back to NotebookLM. Today, we're diving into something we all do, but let's be honest, most of us are pretty bad at it: sleep. Using Dr. Matthew Walker's incredible book as our guide, we're going to explore the science of why getting a full night's rest might just be the single most important thing you can do for your health.
So let me start by asking you a question, and really think about it. Can you remember the last time you woke up feeling genuinely refreshed? Without an alarm clock blasting, and before you reached for that first cup of coffee?
If you're struggling to come up with an answer, well, you are not alone. You're actually in the majority. Right now, a staggering 2/3 of adults in developed nations fail to get the recommended 8 hours of sleep. Just think about that for a second. The vast majority of us are walking around chronically sleep deprived.
And this isn't just about feeling a bit groggy or having a slow morning. The science is brutally clear on this. When you shorten your sleep, you are quite literally shortening your life. So let's take a look at what this epidemic of sleep loss is really costing us.
This problem is so pervasive that the World Health Organization has actually declared a global sleep loss epidemic. And it's no coincidence, really. The very countries where sleep time has dropped the most are also the ones seeing the biggest increases in physical diseases and mental health disorders.
We have this strange culture, right? This idea that sleep is the enemy, that it's a luxury we can't afford if we want to be productive. We wear sleep deprivation like a badge of honor. But as the research shows, that "I'll sleep when I'm dead" mindset, well, it's just a fast track to being dead sooner. We are the only species that will deliberately deprive itself of sleep for no good reason at all.
And the damage isn't some abstract thing that happens decades down the road. Oh no, it is immediate, it is measurable, and it starts after just one night of not getting enough sleep. Let's start with your body's first line of defense.
First on the list, your immune system. A lack of sleep doesn't just weaken it, it's more like a wrecking ball to your body's defenses. It completely compromises your ability to fight off illness, leaving you wide open to whatever's going around.
And if you want to put a number on that, get this. Just one night of sleeping only 4 to 5 hours can slash the activity of your critical cancer-fighting immune cells, your natural killer cells, by 70%. 70! That's a state of severe immune deficiency, all from a single bad night's sleep.
Now, the impact on your brain is just as terrifying. When you're sleep deprived, your attention and concentration just plummet. And when you're behind the wheel of a car, that turns it into a potential weapon. In the US alone, someone dies in a fatigue-related car crash every single hour. And look at how that risk just explodes. It's not a slow, steady increase. If you get less than 6 hours of sleep, your crash risk triples. But if you drop down to 4 hours or less, it skyrockets to over 11 times the danger. The data is just crystal clear. Drowsy driving is responsible for more fatal accidents than alcohol and drugs combined.
So what is it that makes sleep so incredibly powerful? It's because your brain isn't just powering down for the night. It's actually entering this incredibly active state, where it performs two very different but equally critical jobs.
Okay, think of it like this. Early in the night, you get a ton of deep NREM sleep. This is like your brain's file-saving service. It takes all the new information you learned that day and moves it from a fragile, short-term holding area to secure, long-term storage. Then later in the morning, REM sleep, your dream sleep, takes over. REM is like the creative integrator, connecting all those different files in new and insightful ways. You need both to function properly.
So when you combine that memory consolidation with all that creative integration, you start to see sleep for what it really is. It's the single most effective thing you can do each day to reset your brain and body. It is, no joke, a genuine superpower. I want you to imagine you see an ad for some new wonder drug. It claims it can make you live longer, enhance your memory, make you more attractive, and protect you from all sorts of diseases. You'd be pretty skeptical, right?
Well, that's not some futuristic pill. Those are just some of the scientifically proven benefits of getting a full 8-hour night of sleep. It's the most powerful health intervention we know of. It's available to all of us every single night, and it is completely free.
So the crucial question is, how do we start getting these benefits back into our lives? Well, the good news is that it's not as complicated as you might think. Let's look at a few simple but really powerful habits you can start building.
Now, there are a bunch of tips for better sleep, but here are 3 of the most powerful. First, be regular. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day. Yes, that includes weekends. Second, watch the caffeine later in the day. Its effects can last for up to 8 hours. And finally, keep your bedroom cool. Your body actually needs to drop its core temperature to fall asleep. Just these 3 habits alone can make a huge difference.
Ultimately, all this science presents us with a really clear choice. We can keep ignoring our own biology and just suffer the consequences, or we can choose to harness the most powerful elixir for health and vitality that we have. It's a right we all have, and it's time we start reclaiming it.
If this topic has captured your interest and you'd like to dive deeper, the book is called Why We Sleep by Matthew Walker.